Bold predictions of a silver shock. We're going to look at the COMEX, the LBMA, and most importantly, China, because the evidence is mounting and more people are talking about the prospect of a major shock to the silver market. Can we say silver squeeze? We've had a silver squeeze over the last year or so, a slow progressive upswing in the price of silver. But could we be, somebody's talking to me here. Was it you? What we really could see is a squeeze, an abrupt upward move in the price of silver. We're going to talk about all the reasons why. I wanted to hop on here right before Thanksgiving and tell you, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, thanks for being part of this community. That's what I really want to express to you. Our gratitude on behalf of myself and Susie for all of you that come down here. Basement dwellers, we love to talk about silver and gold. Please don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit the bell so you get notified. We want you to come back. We want you to feel like you're part of this community because you are. Okay, now let's go. We're going to look at the silver price. I have a feeling we're going to be real happy when we take a look at the current silver price. This is Wednesday morning, November 26, 2025. But before we do that, let's talk about what's happening in China with silver, because more and more of the top analysts are paying attention to it. But even now, we get this from Bloomberg, of all places. Bloomberg puts out a headline story. I believe it was late last night. Unbelievable. If we thought about seeing this 1 year ago, silver stockpile slump in China poses new risk to an already hot market. This is from, I'll show you one more time, Bloomberg, the leading mainstream financial news source, November 25th at 8 o'clock Central Time. So this is a really fresh story. Here we go. The global silver market faces a fresh risk after Chinese stockpiles sank to the lowest in a decade. This isn't just people on X. This isn't some guy in his basement in St. Louis talking about this. This is Bloomberg. It says with a huge volume recently shipped to London to the LBMA to ease a squeeze. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize this. Bloomberg's talking about a silver squeeze. I want you to think about that. Bloomberg admits there was a silver squeeze that drove prices to a record. Inventories and warehouses linked to the Shanghai Futures Exchange recently hit their lowest levels since 2015. Next, we'll go to this. Because, guys, what we're talking about here, let me look you in the eye first. And again, thank you for being here. Thanks for being in the basement. But what we're talking about here is the prospect of the physical market, the physical price overtaking the paper, the make-believe price, the COMEX and the LBMA price. Now we're hearing about big issues in China. We're going to look more into that, more stunning data here next. But we already knew over the last 6 to 8 weeks there were major imbalances between the London Bullion Market Association, the LBMA, the spot market, and the COMEX, the futures market in the United States. We're going to go look at the prices here in a second and see if we're still in a state of backwardation. We got a lot to look at. There's so much going on in the silver world. Not to mention, I want to point out, I'm going to get the right arm, no, wrong arm, darn it. Our old friend, right, the silver bear, still right there with his blindfold on that says $85. That will come off when the silver price hits $85. Let's go back to China and see what we're learning about this China situation. Mark on X reports silver crisis. Shanghai inventory is empty in 9 weeks. The Shanghai Futures Exchange inventories are collapsing at an alarming rate. In yellow, at the current drain rate, right, that would suggest a complete depletion in just 9 weeks. Right now, again, that's extrapolating out the current drain rate in 9 weeks. That's the end of January. No silver left in the Shanghai vaults. The math doesn't lie, right? 850 million ounces mined by the mines. Industrial demand, 1.2 billion ounces. I think that's actually total demand. And we know we've had a 5-year running silver deficit. Let's go look at this one more time. We took a glance at this yesterday, a chart from Solv that shows the silver vaults at the Shanghai Gold Exchange and the Shanghai Futures Exchange. This is a stacked chart. So this bottom part down here, right, the part with the silver bars is we'll get the crayons out quickly. That's the Shanghai Futures Exchange, this area down here. The brown part is the additional Shanghai Gold Exchange. But as you can see, it has been going down, down, down. And again, if we extrapolate numbers, and I've heard different estimates, if this keeps up, obviously they're going to run out of silver at the Shanghai Gold Exchange and the Shanghai Futures Exchange. I'm not like predicting that in 9 weeks there will be no silver in China, but nothing's out of the realm of possibilities. What we do know, the big key takeaway here, guys, is that whether we're talking about the COMEX, whether we're talking about the LBMA, there is massive, or the Shanghai Gold Exchange or Shanghai Futures Exchange, there appears to be massive stress in the market, between the futures markets, the physical market, and it's being shown out everywhere. What's the physical price, right? This is something we've looked at quite a bit and something we want to keep our eyes on, the actual physical price of silver in China right now. See if I can get this pulled up for you. Uh-oh, did I not get it pulled up? Where did it go? All right, so I'm going to do this on the fly. Hold on here. And we'll go back to X. Oops, got to get rid of the crayons. Then we'll go back to X. Stay with me here, my friends. We're not done. We are not done. We'll go to the Oriental Ghost. This I was surprised by because the number had been getting closer and closer, but overnight, this is the November 26 data from the Shanghai Gold Exchange and the Shanghai Futures Exchange. As you can see, right, there's Shanghai Gold Exchange. That's their physical gold and silver market. There's silver, AG, on the SGE. So this is the physical price of silver in China on their big exchange, is currently sitting at $53.64. I wonder why. Well, maybe because of what we just looked at. Maybe because there is huge stress in the markets everywhere right now. Let's run out to get a check on the spot price of silver. Wow. Hold on. Wow, guys, we are live and we have silver up $1.40 per ounce, up 3%. My gosh, let's go back to Thanksgiving. We can be very grateful. If 2 years ago, when many of you were joining me down here in the basement, 3 years ago, when we had silver in the $20, $25 range, we talked about this happening, but we had said that, on Thanksgiving Eve, 2025, we would have almost $53 silver. Silver would be up $1.40 per ounce. That would be like an unbelievable move back then. That's the spot price. Now, let's go look at the futures price to see if we are in backwardation. So almost, 52.81, and the futures price, we are in backwardation. This is the December, you can see right there in the upper left corner, silver COMEX, the December futures contract, $52.54. Again, backwardation, when the spot price of any commodity is higher than the futures price, that is very unusual. It's called backwardation, and that can definitely indicate that there's some concern, right? That people want the physical. They don't want to promise that they can get it in December. They want the physical and they want it right now. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. Before we go next, we're going to talk about a cup and handle pattern in silver, but not the one we usually talk about. Before we do that, I want to say thank you to channel sponsor First Mint. There they are right there. There's their logo. They produce world-class silver bullion products at their mint in Las Vegas, Nevada, here in the United States. Right? They get their silver from the company that owns them, First Majestic, Keith Neumeyer's big silver mining company. It goes from the mines in Mexico to the mint in Las Vegas, and then it goes directly to you. We've been talking a lot. What's that? Oh, I got a super chat. Super. Thank you. I'll pull that up. Thank you. Susie's walkie-talkie's not working. Those of you know that's my wife upstairs, Susie, who helps out. But nonetheless, from the mine to the mint to you, First Mint, great selection, great prices, all unique products. Everything is first class about this company. The best part is you guys have shared with me over and over how pleased you are with First Mint. So thank you. And of course, boy, my arms are screwed up today. First Mining Gold. You can learn more about them at development stage gold company in Canada. Two massive projects, Springpole in Ontario and Duparquet in Quebec. A lot of great prospects for First Mining Gold. It's a stock I owned long before they sponsored my channel. Don't forget, I'm not a financial advisor. Please don't make any financial decisions based on what I'm saying. Do your own research. And well, I guess that's it. Do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor, whether it comes to stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate, silver, gold, crypto, anything like that. All right, guys, let's move on and talk about the cup and handle. Okay, we talk about the 45-year massive cup and handle in silver all the time. It's one for the textbooks. It's a big deal. But did you know that there's a shorter term cup and handle? And we're going to take a look at that right now. Very interesting development that not a lot of people are talking about. We talked about it a bit a while back. This came from Oren Elbaz, great guy, great analyst within the silver and gold community. Let's just read what he said. Slowly but surely, silver is attempting to complete that cup and handle formation. As expected, it broke out of the short-term falling trend line. If it can only surpass 54.50, the bull run will be reignited with a target of 63.50 per ounce. But this is a different cup and handle than we've been looking at on such a regular basis. As you can see, this is October. Okay, looks like about mid-October, we hit the peak up here. And then what was that? Mid-November time frame, we did it again here. That formed a cup, right, on a more short-term basis in the price of silver. And since then, we have been forming this handle going to about here, but after today, we're about right here. Again, if it breaks out like his arrow shows, we could be in for a good ride. That could get us, that could help with the continuation of the 45-year cup and handle. Super exciting and something we're definitely going to keep a close eye on. Let's shift over to silver. Oh, this is different, right? Are things really different with silver, right? This comes from Mark, and he's getting this from Dimitri Speck, all right? And this time, the manipulators are losing control. A renowned expert on market manipulation in the gold and silver market confirms, in yellow, the visible suppression that killed rallies in 1980 and 2011 is far less effective today. Emergency margin hikes, 12% drops in minutes, inefficient and not sustainable. This is a historic shift. Massive paper silver dumping used to cap every breakout. Now it's just not working like it used to, because like we talked about before, and what the inventories and the dislocations between the Shanghai Gold Exchange, between the COMEX and the LBMA are showing us, things are different this time. Okay, chronic physical deficits and soaring industrial demand are overpowering old tricks. The conditions for a parabolic move. Don't forget, right? The gold to silver ratio is still at 80 to 1 versus a 15 to 1, right? At past manic peaks. We got the solar thing. We got retail. This is important. Retail investors haven't even fully entered the market yet. $100 or $150 silver won't be a dream. It'll be a reality. Guys, we got to remember something critically important, right? The retail scene has not even shown up for silver. We're getting articles like we saw earlier from Bloomberg, that said there was a squeeze, that says that right now there's big tension, big problems with physical silver in China. But retail hasn't even shown up. Imagine. You know what we call those people? You know those people. you likely love silver, you likely love gold, you likely love the precious metal mining stocks, right? But you and I, we are part of an elite crew, right? We're like 1 or 2%, 3%, maybe it's grown a little bit of the United States population. The reality is everybody else could care less, right? They'd rather watch cable news or do whatever. Those people, when they start to wake up to what's going on, and we, in a nice, endearing way, refer to those people as the sheeple. When the herd of sheep decides, oh, hey, look, on CNN, they said that precious metals are the way to go to save yourself. When they wake up, you're going to be ahead of the herd. The only sheep noise we make is the one I jokingly make in the basement. I know it maybe you've experienced this over the last number of years. It wasn't always easy to be invested in silver and gold. We put up with a lot of harassment, right? People looked at us cross-eyed, right? But you've put in the work. You're likely ahead of the curve. When the retail market, like that post just said, decides that it's time, I got to turn this walkie-talkie off. It's beeping at me. Decides that it's time to get some silver or gold, and now they're going to be able to do it on their cell phones in 5 minutes. It's going to be no mas, no more, can't be found. So be prepared. It's an interesting prospect. Now, what is JP Morgan telling us? We know gold. Gold is the granddaddy of all the precious metals. We love gold, right? We also love our silver. But let's listen to what the latest out of JP Morgan is. This has been getting a lot of attention. I found a good synopsis here on the AS website. Could the price of gold reach $5,000? JP Morgan thinks so, and this is the reason why. Let's go down. I highlighted this for us in yellow. JP Morgan forecasts gold surpassing $5,000. The rapid upsurge in prices this year, rising over 15% over the past 50% over the past 12 months, has been on the back of large acquisitions by central banks. In the year through September, they purchased 634 tons of bullion, reports Bloomberg, again citing data from the World Gold Council. While that is less than the annual amount since 2022, which surpassed 1,000 tons, it still exceeds the annual average from 2016 to 2021. JP Morgan sees this trend continuing and predicts that the price of gold could jump more than 25% by the end of next year, 2026. That would take its price into the range of $5,200 to $5,300, according to Alex Wolf. We love wolves, and we love Alex Wolf, the private bank's global head of macro and fixed income strategy, as he stated in a note on Wednesday. Now, interesting, our friends at Goldman Sachs had a more modest outlook for the future of gold prices, but it was still forecasting that gold will hit $4,900 per ounce by December of 2026. What are you thinking right now? How are you feeling? Let's go out and take another quick look, and then we'll check on gold as well, see how gold's doing today. But let's go out and take a look at the silver price, the spot silver price right now. Oh my gosh, it just keeps going up. $52.92. Let's see here. Precious metals, all metal quotes. Let's see if this pulls it up for us. Let's see how gold is doing today. Silver is having a blockbuster day. Yeah, gold is up $36 per ounce. Oh, I want to go back and say thank you to, hold on a second here. How are you today? Huh? And we got a super chat from Brian Rapp, 4835. All right. What's he telling me? Get us to $70 by year end. Keep charging. Hey, nothing's out of the realm of possibilities. I heard several, these are like reputable people. Michael Oliver is calling for like silver just to completely explode higher. Like these are not crackpot people that are just throwing out crazy. I mean, I get some heat sometimes because I put different numbers for silver, and I always try to back that up. I always do back that up during the video. Like, who said this? Who said $85 silver? Who said $100 silver? But getting to $70 silver and getting there quickly is not out of the realm of possibilities. I'm predicting $65 silver by April Fool's Day, April 1st of 2026. That's no joke. That's no April Fool's joke. I believe that we can easily be there. I could be wrong. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Always be responsible. That's the advice I will give anytime you're making any type of investment. But when we take a step back and look at what we know, right? Silver, here, this is a beautiful piece of silver. It's the Year of the Snake round from First Mint, channel sponsor First Mint. Silver is a physical commodity. Okay. The idea that you could base the price off of paper, make believe, what we like to call Fantasy Island silver, that the COMEX, right, and the LBMA, where there's all this leverage involved and futures and crazy. And we know, right, from documents that were leaked during the WikiLeaks exposure, that in the mid-70s, when they were setting up the futures markets, that they explicitly said they wanted to do that to introduce volatility into the precious metals markets pricing and to discourage average people from buying the metal. Right, this idea that the paper Fantasy Island side of things can really establish, they can manipulate it. Hey, wow, thank you for the super sticker, Mr. Meeker. You guys are being super generous this morning. There you are. Is a joke, right? Is an absolute joke. I feel 100% confident. Look, you need to make your own mind up. Listen to me. Listen to other people out there. I try to look at everything from a big picture perspective and not overcomplicate things. And when I look at just the big trends that I know, and these trends, by the way, have been in place for thousands of years because silver and gold have held their value and been used as money for thousands of years. When I look at the big trends, it's pretty clear to me. All right. Again, thank you for being down here. Thanks for joining us down in the basement. On behalf of myself and our friend upstairs, Susie, right, the queen of the basement, we appreciate you. It's always an honor to have you down here. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for the super chat, super thanks, and have a great holiday if you do indeed celebrate Thanksgiving. Otherwise, just have a great day, and I'll look forward to seeing you, yes, you, next time. Thank you.